Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here. I know you've seen the arms dealer strike before, but I wanted to show you how you guys can solo the arms dealer and actually get yourself 100,000 points. Now the biggest thing about most of the point setups are the modifiers you pick based on the strike you're doing, and kind of varies. Like this one that I'm going to do, heavyweight worked really well. There's another one I'm working on, trying to get a 100,000 point run on. Grenadier actually seems to be important. So kind of depends on the strike, what you're fighting, what you're working with. So, let me explain the arms dealer. Main enemies that you're going to face. You've got Void, for sure, because you're going to have the Cabal Incendiors with the Void Shields. Now, my advice to make sure you actually have a good number of enemies to shoot is when you spawn in the first room, you're going to have potentially just Cabal or Cabal and Fallen. You want the Cabal and the Fallen because you're going to have many more enemies to shoot generally throughout the whole strike, and that's just going to help you be able to get more points. More targets, more points, pretty straightforward. So if you launch in and you've only got Cabal, just reload the thing. You'll be okay. So you've got Arc from the Captains. Sorry, can't think for a second. You've got Void from the Incendiors, and you've got a few Solar Shields. Now, the Solar Shields, especially towards the end, can get a little tough because the main way you're going to get the points that you need to get is going to be from Match Game. Now, Match Game is the highest point modifier that you can add to your card. Now, one other piece before I even get to the modifiers, the higher light level, the better, because the higher light level, the more you can, crank your level down to have a higher point modifier. So if I'm running 594 and I come over here, I can do a 54 point modifier and crank up my, numbers a lot. So the higher the better. If you're full 600, just drop it 60 or more if you're feeling rambunctious, and you'll get even more points out of it. Now, for the strike, the arms dealer, Void Singe is absolutely the way to go. You don't have much Void coming at you. Cabal is solar like almost all the time. Fallen are going to be a decent amount of Arc, and Void is only going to be just honestly a couple of servitors. So it's really, really not that bad. Pretty much only works for you. Works in your favor at least. Now, heavyweight is my advice here because you're going to want to be able to melt the boss as fast as you can, potentially on your ride up the big lift, and then if not, then kind of once you get to the top. So heavyweight is actually going to help you a lot there. It's also going to help you take out the tanks very quickly, which is kind of important to speed yourself through the strike. So match game is your big one. This is going to be important. The second biggest point modifier is always going to be blackout. Now blackout's tough because melees will be rough, and then radar is disabled. Now the radar disabled can be a bit touchy. Honestly, the melees are probably the bigger thing. You just want to make sure you're at range. But that's where you're going to get the biggest modifiers to help. Now momentum is one I see quite a few people use, but you'll notice I'll lose about 0.35 when I do it. So that's why I'm typically going to throw blackout on, because a lot of the strikes you can do at range, and it's just going to help you get more points. If you have multiple people with you, and you're running 3, just run these 2. If you're going for a really high point run, for example, just put Extinguish on. Make sure you guys have Void Singe, and then the way you manage match game is each one of you guys manages something in the middle. So one of you is Void, one of you is Solar, one of you is Arc, and then if there's a shield that comes up, one of you needs to pop, that's how you manage it. So if you're running with a team and you're still trying to go for that 100K, definitely make sure you run match game. Make sure one of you has each type of element covered. And then whatever Singe is, if you're running, if you're running something like, you could even probably run what I'm running with multiple people and do fine with points. If it's heavyweight, go with that. If you've got rockets, go with what you're comfortable with, but go with something that pairs with the Singe. So me, I'm going to run this Crooked Fang. For my build, Void Singe, Void Sentinel subclass in case I need to clear out quite a few ads. Magnetic grenades with this new middle tree, the Code of the Commander, actually chain and explode to a whole bunch of stuff. There's one point when the little dogs come through the door. It's like a really funny explosion. Ton of them really fast. And if I need to go super, it's still pretty powerful, so it works fairly well. I do advise if you're going Titan, Towering Barricade, just because I don't think the barricades travel with you up the lift. So just if you need a little defense, pop it up. I'm going to run Crest of Alpha Loopy to pair with that, so I get a little health when I cast that. A couple more orbs don't hurt your buddies. My Go Figure, I love this thing. It's a Laser Beam, Outlaw, Rampage, and I am on PC, so the recoil is probably a bit more manageable. Now, the way I manage the few random shields by myself is Borealis. Now, I got this one from a Faded Engram because it was exclusive previously. So I'm going to work on using this one. The nice thing is when you reload, you can change damage types. Now, it's not the fastest thing to reload. When you finish up the catalyst, the reload speed is going to go up, which will be good. So you can change those over quicker. But the idea is we've got Fundamentals, you can just cycle between Solar, Arc, and Void even though your equipment is locked, which is a really good thing. You've got Ionic Return. Breaking an enemy shield transfers 1 bullet from reserves. Breaking a combatant shield, or the shield of a Guardian using a super, with that shield's energy type, grants bonus damage for the rest of the magazine. So that's that cool thing where people can like one-shot when this thing is crazy, but that's not really what we're focused for. Finally, I'm going to run Crooked Fang. Now, this is one I got with a pretty great roll. Snapshot sights and box breathing. Box breathing is that extra power on each shot. It's just on the first, but what this thing can do to the tanks, to the threshers that are flying around, is a lot. Now, I went through and did this strike with like an edge transit. It's also very powerful. The only difference is the edge transit, I kind of had to go through the full mission area at the top, and with the linear fusion rifle I could do most of my damage to the boss on the rise up the lift, because there's a trick. If you climb up the chain, the boss is like exposed for basically the whole ride up the lift, and with something like this you can get a ton of damage, maybe throw a grenade and get a final few shots on him and he's pretty much toast. So that speeding through the final part will help you kind of maintain the points you have so that last fight doesn't get to be too long. That long-winded explanation out of the way, let's jump into the Nightfall, the arms dealer, going for 100,000. Once again, Void Singe, Heavyweight, Match Game, Blackout, running with a 54-point modifier. Here we go. Alright, Guardians, as soon as you load in, you might want to switch over your Borealis and see if you've got the Captain, because you're going to want that arc damage coming quick. You're going to have plenty of things back here. Those barrels are going to explode. If you don't get the points, you are going to want to start tagging some of these guys. Now, that Arc Captain's going to be somewhere. When you find him, tag him quick. Try and take him down. And my other piece of advice, try and get a grenade back there. And that's going to really help get some of the chain damage going on. So you're going to have some Scions. Incendors are up. Captain's still around somewhere. Drop that shield again and finish him up. Now up here, get some heavyweight dropping. These guys go down pretty quick. And we should be good.
What are those Cabal doing out there?
Alright, push up here. You do want to make sure the Fallen are in here as well. Just more points to go after. So when you come out of the door, you'll have a couple Cabal, quite a few Cabal, but you're going to have a couple Fallens you need to focus on. First, the Captain's over here on your left, coming out of the door.
Did I just see a flare shoot into the sky?
Look, let's not get into what might have shot into the sky and which enemy just...
Now the Captains are still over there, even if you tagged them a little bit. They'll be around. I only killed one of them. There he is. And if you get that single shot on him, you're in good shape. So at this point, maybe throw a grenade out there, see if I can get a good tag on any group. But your main next focus is going to be the Thresher. So careful. Apparently I'm just going to get worked for a second. Ow. Seriously? Vandal's putting in some work on me. Alright, so now 2 shots in this into the Thresher. 1, 2, and a couple shots and it's done. Thresher you want to make sure you take out because that thing will definitely start to hurt as it tags you. And then from here, you can just work these guys down with whatever you got. Now you're going to have some ads all over the place, so if you're not comfortable on pushing up yet, there's no need to really push too far forward. Keep working these guys down in groups. Whatever you got. You're going to have Scions out in the middle, Cabal, Fallen, a whole lot of everything going on. So again, just change your line of sight so you've got different enemies you can work on and see, just like these guys over here. Some Vandals across the way, focus on a couple of them. I like to try and get a little rampage on this gun so I can work on some of these shielded guys a little quicker for the Legionaries. There we go. And then once you feel like you're at a fairly safe point, push on up here, and then you have a better sight line at everything out in the middle. Now you're going to have a shielded Captain out there. You're also going to have some Scions. So what I usually like to do to make it kind of a fair fight, try and find the Captain, drop his shield, and then start working him down. And then this guy's next. Now, once you get enough down, these are the snipers I was talking about. Whether they're Vandals or Scions, they will appear. You're going to have 3 of them. Watch out for them because they are definitely going to do nothing but snipe you on the side of the head. Their Vandal little tracer shots hurt a lot. So start picking them off. Work the main guy in the middle. Again, you got some more Captains. Reload, pop their shields. Got one here. One here.
Show reinforcements coming.
That last harvester exposed an active fuel cell.
Now at this point, just to kill everything a little quicker, I'm going to pop the bigger stuff this way. See, that's the thing. That should do a ton of damage, but without the right damage type, it's basically wasted. So that is why it is so important for that guy to hide and not let me shoot him. I'm just kidding. Just sucks when they do that. There you go, and he should be dead. Alright, grab your orb. And if there's any ammo that's, you know, reasonably accessible, grab it on your run.
Don't know how long you want to hang on to that thing.
And we're going to get going. Alright, so on this part, grenade's nice if you got it. If not, no big deal. It's almost as one of those points where I will actually use my super. And run over here. Try and avoid those shots. You're going to have a whole lot of stuff coming out. Throw this down and try and chain it on everything over there. Those grenades are going to chain and explode and explode and explode. It gets to be a whole lot of fun to watch. Now, you got another thresher, so focus on that first. Now, if I go 2 shots, good to go. Unfortunately, the ammo falls down into oblivion. And then up here, Captain, drop that shield. Captain again. He's almost down. Now, this is where Borealis comes into play. Is the solar damage that you can do to these few Centurions that you have to fight. And it's important because they get to be a little rough. Now, if you are worried about dying, this is where I'll use kind of these boxes to be able to get up to the level, but so I'm not on the same platform, so I don't get meleeed constantly. Vandals, this guy here, snipe him in the head. Done. A couple more Vandals will be coming to you. And you might have some orbs and some ammo to pick up. Now, up here, this is where your linear fusion is going to be a whole lot of fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whole lot of stuff dying really quick. It's a whole lot of fun that way. And again, if you want to reload, should get some heavy ammo to drop so we can drop these majors down. There we go. Good amount of points. Still working. 5 minutes in, 57,000. So just to be clear, you're going to definitely not have too much of an issue with points once you get a modifier high enough. Since you have fallen in here, you are going to have these 5 shanks. There's 3, there's 4, there should be 1 more coming up. There he is. There's 5. You're going to have some Vandals down below. Watch out for those. If they run across the platform, you can always just blow this up. And they die. Grab any orbs you got. I say die and he won't die. See, heavy weight on, you will get some more heavy dropping, which helps you speed this along. 60,000, 10,000 a minute.
Think we've seen the last of them.
That's definitely better.
Bound to have more. Insecure men tend to surround themselves with others like them.
Cade?
Anything to add?
Nope, she's
Totally right.
which is
I
why
work
I'm
alone. So once you get up here, this is your point to jump on your Sparrow and kind of skip this outer section. I find my path easier. It's up to you what you want to do, but I tend to find I don't have too many issues doing this kind of run that I do right about here.
Cabal and their weird ship
So
names.
typically I'll jump up on
I think
this,
it was the
land through
Olaf
here,
Ventura.
and then as the enemies are passing by, you do need to do this quick, because as soon as you double jump, they're going to know you're over here. But if you can get behind these boxes, you can just drive on by. And if you have multiple people, maybe one could shoot some enemies there for a little while, but honestly, I don't think it's worth it. May as well just all run by as quick as you can. But if one person hangs out, shoots a few, gets some points, you should be alright. Now here, this is where the linear fusion rifle gets fun. You want to see a tank die really, really fast? Whispered breathe, or box breathing. There's 1. Wait for it. There's 2. And, oh, I cannot see his back wheel. There. About 4 or 5 shots and it goes down about that quick. So tank is down, which is good. Gonna have some guys coming out. Both Cabal, both Fallen. So it looks like this room I am gonna have more Cabal. Sometimes it's a split. This time, not so much. So at this point, not gonna have a whole lot of art coming towards me, so I'm gonna switch over to Pure Void so I can drop some of these shields down.
The elevator?
No, the tank. Now comes the elevator.
There we go. Work these guys down. They're still burning a little bit. And now I gotta get the elevator going and work these guys down. Now there's plenty of ammo out there, which is good. Pick some up as I kind of roam through. Now, if it's Fallen, you're gonna kill some ads, and you're gonna have some enemies come out of that door. If it's Cabal like this, most of them are gonna be out already, and you're just gonna have to manage them from the range you're at. I have no idea why that little Lost Sector pop-up happens, but it happens all the time. Lost Sectors, regional chest, I get it, I get it. I don't need a invention of the wheel here. Now the other piece is you can interact with this already while you're waiting, and and go ahead and work on this guy, because he's solar. And this is why this one is crucial. So, most of the ads should be down. Pick up any ammo or orbs you got, and we'll go ahead and get over to this side, get a nice run. So far, going pretty good. Now, another Centurion. Shoot him in the head, shoot him in the head. Should be most of your ads. We're going to bring the kind of thing down here. Might switch this over to Void while I wait. It's because you're not going to have any arc here or anything. Shouldn't have any Centurion, so if you do have anything, it's just going to be Void Shields. So, typically what I will do is work on the tank first, which is usually pretty easy to do. Shoot a couple of its wheels. Couple 4 shots, it should be down. Now these are going to be your shields. Oh. Be good if I could actually shoot something. So shields are mostly down, so now if I can just get that nice chaining effect going. Like that. There we go. Hopefully I got some ammo to drop. So a couple phalanx, nothing too crazy here. You can do this with normal ammo. I just hate when their shields chain on each other. Are you kidding me with that? It's kind of impressive, but also really annoying. They are a phalanx. They are literally like the Spartans in 300. They're doing their job. Now this guy goes down real fast with box breathing. Except when you miss. There. Alright, grab any ammo, and this is where I would advise to make sure and keep your grenade ready, especially this one that I've got. Throw it up there, and watch the fun. It's a whole lot of fireworks in that hallway, and it's always entertaining. Up the ramp we go. We got 10 minutes to go. 97,000 points already, so pretty good. Gonna have some enemies to kill, and then the idea is just to melt the boss towards the end. So at this point, I'm going to try and save as much heavy as I can, unless say I just see a bunch of little heavy ammo boxes on the ground. But then when it gets towards the final part, I do want to save it for that full ride-up so I get as many shots as possible. Because I'll miss some of them, because you're moving. That's kind of part of the problem. But as I have a Void Sniper, that'll help me get some extra damage as well. I don't know if we're going to have Cabal or Fallen in here. Maybe both. Maybe just Cabal. Whenever this thing gets done, take your sweet time. It's usually standing up here. Shoot him a couple times, he'll move. Doesn't matter how many times you shoot him, the damage isn't going to change. Just the more damage you do to him, the farther back he's going to instantly go. So, he won't hang on like the first platform. He'll push back to the second much quicker. So over here, you're going to have the flamethrowers. Going to have the Incendors up top. Now, the wanted guy really doesn't matter. He's annoying because he's not worth any points, but you still are going to have to kill him. Now, that's where the linear fusion rifle is going to come in, so if you get some heavy dropping, that'll help. Or the other option, what I'm about to do, may as well use my super because I haven't used the damn thing yet. That was a terrible throw. Alright, I'm just going to waste my entire super. You guys can laugh at me all you want. Yep, that was awful. That was probably the worst super usage in the use of supers. And there's a whole lot of stuff flying at me. This is ridiculous. Alright, so that dude hurts. And he's still not dead. That's impressive. My run yesterday was cleaner than this. Can I kill? There's some heavy ammo. Now I can be a little more liberal with that thing. Work these guys down. Are you kidding with that? There. Well, I got some heavy, so I can use it now. Not on you. You're easy to kill. Where is all that coming from? Just right up above, huh? He's like, I will do what I need to for Brakazan. You will be the end. Yep, he moved as soon as I kind of got my attention that direction. Basically like one shot. Really? How many times am I going to miss? Dude, so many grenades. Alright, well, I'm doing not the greatest on time, but it still should work. Maybe I'll just show you guys what a bad run looks like. Something like that might work. It still wasn't even a crit, and I swear I'm hitting him straight in the head. Can you not just dodge constantly? Oh, one more Scorpius up there. Alright, most of the ads are down. If there's Fallen in here, you usually have a bit more to choose from. Can have a few more ads over here. These guys are a bit more of a pain. Should go down quicker with some crits, though. Now, you do not want to hit this switch up top until you are completely done doing what I'm going to show you. We're going to glitch the boss's little spawn point, which is going to help you out quite a bit. Well, that was a 2-for-1 special. Alright, grab any ammo that's dropping, and then we're going to go climb the chain. And you guys are like, hey, you're running out of time. Still got time, don't worry. I'm already over 100,000, that's not my worry. When you climb this chain, what you're doing is getting the boss to spawn much sooner as the lift goes up. Now, as you do this, when the boss spawns early, you have a lot more time to damage the boss with something like a linear fusion rifle, rockets. If you're with multiple people, just go to town on him. And it's really not too bad. As you work your way to the top, you can probably kill him by the time you get to the top. Now, if I'm accurate, I'll probably kill him. If I'm missing shots, it'll take a little bit more. But make sure your sniper's loaded, stay on void, make sure this thing's loaded, and you're going to have a few ads that come down. And then on the ride up, we're going to try and kill the boss and get this 100k checked off the box. So ads are still going, still getting normal points. And now, boss will be up pretty much as soon as you're ready. So there's a good shot. There's another good one. Now he doesn't miss much either.
We're here. End of the line for you, Zon.
So there's a good shot. So I already got like 400,000 damage in him already.
Just be careful.
Those crits are huge. I don't even know how much health he's got left. He's almost dead. And he's done. So that's how quick it can go.
Legion will be back to throwing rocks.
So 122,000, 501.
You ever been hit with a rock?
I guess you can kill a couple of Scorpius if you want a few more points. They technically still count. Before all the timers go. And that should probably be a wrap at that point. So grab your tokens. Enjoy your loot. And I hope that helps all of you guys out. Let me get out of the mission here. And we'll chat once I get to the outside. We'll do it right here. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like below. Leave a comment below if you want to say, hey, got a question about builds or any recommendations for anyone. If you guys want to follow me on Twitch or Twitter, it's just Ebontis on both, Ebontis, and then right here on YouTube. If you have not subscribed, please do so. The channel growth has been awesome lately, so I want to keep that going. So, going to be working on a 100,000 point run for Hollowed Lair. That one's going to be a pain in the butt, but I will be giving it a shot. But other than that, thank you guys very much for the support lately. It's been amazing. The channel's at a place I honestly didn't think I'd be at for a very long time, if ever. So I just want to thank you all for just all the support, all the great kind words, the likes, and honestly just the subs. Thank you very much. Have an awesome one. Hope this video helps you, and I'll see you in the next one, whatever that is.